I'm going to go to Julio, Tom, David, Ryan, Liz, Lauren, Mark, Tim, Glenn, Jeremy, Tom, Mike, and everybody else. The toll-free number to join us is 888-201-2244. And then I'm going to get more into the economy. An amazing story out of The Independent. China rethinks its controversial one-child policy. Very big news. And what's happening with the Mexico situation. The globalists trying to implode our country along with Mexico. That's coming up. But right now, let's go to your phone calls. Let's talk to Julio in Illinois. You're on the air first.
Come on, Alex, a second. Hey, Alex, sorry I was on, I put you on speakerphone. How are you today, sir? Beautiful day here in Illinois. No chemtrails to be found. Quickly, a guest suggestion before I talk about 9/11 and what you've been talking about today. Someone like Mike Adams or someone in the health field to discuss the dangers and potentials of cloned meat and clone products we've been eating. I saw you had something posted about cloned salmon approved by the FDA. That stuff's pretty dangerous. I don't know if you've heard of the movie Splice that came out, but that movie's all about like transhumanism, and it goes into that 50 facts the founding fathers wouldn't have known. You have posted on InfoWars. But going into 9/11, I think it's key, especially when you talk about Glenn Beck, for the Glenn Beck deception, to talk about the Mockingbird media and how they clearly are a big part in covering this up and trying to dumb down the public, because we still, in the 9/11 Commission report, do not have any specific info on building number 7, the key building. BBC reported twice within that hour span that it was going to fall. Aaron Campbell or Brown on CNN was right behind building 7 and reported to the country that it already had fallen. Well, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Alex? I mean, it all goes back to the Bush, link with Prescott Bush to start Mockingbird Media, and then... Well,
look, I mean, I have made or produced 6 films on 9/11. We've done probably 500 or more interviews on the subject. And more than just Mockingbird Media that's government financed or controlled, that's now admitted and out in the open, was out in the 70s in a lot of congressional reports in the Church Committee. But now, before they would just deny world government or deny most of these issues, now they've got to have their people come out and admit some of it, or they try to radicalize alternative media to make us so kooky or people so racist that it demonizes the overall questioning of the system. But the overall structure is so corrupt and out of control, it doesn't matter how much they infiltrate to put out disinfo or how much they try to start infighting. This is a runaway train they can't stop because people instinctively know what's happening. Julio, I appreciate your call. Hard to believe it's been 9 years since those staged attacks of 9/11. Tom in Connecticut, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
All right, sir.
All right. So, listen, I wanted to thank you. It's been almost a year now that I saw the most excellent film that you produced to date, which is The Fall of the Republic. And you helped wake me up to the issues that are happening out there in the world. And I can't believe that I'm an attorney, and I didn't know things like there was a private Federal Reserve System, that we're borrowing our money from the things that you have taught us in the past years. And I want you to know that there is an awakening going here in Connecticut. I can't go a day. I was in the gym yesterday, and this young man walks up to me and starts talking about the Federal Reserve System. And then I meet another kid, and he says, "Can I have some links?" And now I'm sending links from you, and links from The Secrets of Oz, and links for Ron Paul. And but there is a worldwide awakening, and I send links.
And that's why the globalists want to start World War III. It's why they want a domestic crackdown, because we are kicking their butt.
Well, I just wanted to thank you for for all your hard effort. I don't know how you do it on a daily basis, because I tell you, I went down the rabbit hole, as you said, and at one point I had to stop listening to you for about a month because it became so frightening. It's overwhelming to see that my children be going to a war that, for no reason whatsoever, as your children.
Well, God bless you, Tom. Great points. Yeah, but it's because we have children or we care about the future that we can't stop. I mean, it's painful for me to have to look at this information and stay focused on it. But it's reality. And overall, we're so much more fulfilled because we do face the hard truths. We'll be right back. We're taking your phone calls right now, and then I'm going to get into the economy, the acceleration of deterioration on the border, and the outrage of Obama now admitting what we told you really last year, that they've ceased basically all deportations and arrest of illegals. But that is USA Today, U.S. shifts approach to deporting illegal immigrants. The Obama administration is changing the federal immigration enforcement strategy in ways that reduce the threat of deportation for millions of illegal immigrants, even as states such as Arizona, Colorado, Virginia, Ohio, and Texas are pushing to accelerate deportations. And I remember this 5-6 years ago, Houston Chronicle reported over 250,000 illegal aliens who had committed violent crimes were released in 1 year, including arson, rape, armed robbery, without being deported. You can rape a woman, spend a couple years in jail for it, and be released in Texas. That's your lawless criminal government. But they tell you, oh, give up all your rights or Al-Qaeda will get you. Then you read the federal research, the federal training. It's all aimed at you and your business, your farm, your guns. The criminal corporations that run our government hate real Americans' guts with a passion, and they're funding the radical Muslims. Makes me sick. Let's go quickly to your calls. David in Missouri, you're on the air.
Great Sunday broadcast, Alex. I just want to inform you that you have the power to save lives, and if you can check it out and urge your listeners to go to the Aaron Hansen Surgery Fund. That's my brother. We don't have insurance. We're poverty-struck here, no options. I don't know if people understand like what to have nothing in this world and not even be able to afford an operation to save your life.
Well, let me stop you there. This is a huge point. And listen, I appreciate your call. We don't screen calls, David. But if people wanted me to try to get my listeners to help them, you need to email me, talk to me about that. But you're not being told the truth. You're being lied to. In fact, guys, let me think of the exact headline, Dallas Morning News. Majority of Parkland Hospital births immigrants. And then you read the article, it's illegal aliens. I'm going from memory here, but they're going to pull it up. It's from a month ago. 76% of the births at Parkland to illegal aliens, and guess what? All of them free. All of them free. Now, I know about this because my dad is a dentist and oral surgeon. When he went to dental school at Baylor, he was taught that at least a third of his work under the Hippocratic Oath was to be free or charity. He still does it. There it is. Parkland Memorial Hospital delivers more of those babies than any other hospital in the state. Last year at Parkland, 11,071 babies were born to women who were non-citizens, about 74%. So I got it wrong, 76. 74% of total deliveries. Most of these women are believed to be in the country illegally. And then it goes on. That's Dallas Morning News. Scroll it down. I want to see the headline. It's free. Across Texas, 60,000 babies of non-citizens get U.S. birthright. See, I could sit here and tell listeners to try to send this poor guy money for his brother. Or I could help everybody by educating everyone. So, I grew up watching my father do free dentistry. Other dentists don't do it anymore. They're supposed to. I grew up watching him get up at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. or midnight 2 or 3 times a week and go downtown to a hospital to rewire somebody's jaw who'd been in a car wreck who was a charity case because it had to be wired right then. I grew up watching that. I grew up him leaving the house and then not getting any sleep and staying up all day with his dental practice the next day. Okay? I watched that. Now, one of my employees, I'm not going to say his name, though he might want to come on someday and talk about himself. He wasn't my employee at the time. This is 5 years ago. I'm at his editing studio making Martial Law, the film Martial Law. And I come one day, and he's collapsed on the floor. He's lost about 20 pounds in the last month. He cannot eat. He's got an autoimmune disorder, admittedly caused by the measles shot. In every test, it's found in their intestines, the antibodies for it. It causes an autoimmune response in the intestines. He has Crohn's. He couldn't eat. He went to the doctors. He went to the emergency room. They said, you're just going to have to die. We're not going to give you medication. We're not going to, he couldn't get insured because of the pre-existing condition. They said, you're just going to have to, just go away. And I went to him, and he got in an argument with me. And there he was, sitting on his couch, having to go to the bathroom to vomit, diarrhea, just couldn't eat anything, dying. And I did research on Crohn's, already knew it was vaccine-induced. And I told him, number one, you can't eat any GMO food. That helps trigger it because it accelerates the autoimmune problem, just like if you already have allergies. Eating GMO accelerates it. That's admitted. And I said, let me tell you, you go to the hospital and you show them that you don't make a lot of money and that you're a charity case, and they're going to deny you, but then you point out that you know that the illegal aliens don't have to show an ID, insurance, nothing. They're instantly given coverage because they know about this trick. La Raza and Mecha tell them. They don't tell anybody else. For those inside the race, everything. For those outside the race, nothing. Illegal aliens come here. They have ads in Mexican newspapers. Say, come here. They fly in 2 days before they're supposed to have the baby. Their water breaks. Whole thing's paid for. They're made citizens. The welfare, full welfare is paid, and then they're taught, help bring down America. Help bring in the North American Union. Help vote for anti-gun movements. Now, see, I said I'd take calls, but this one issue, I may talk the rest of the... No, I'll get to your calls. But, I could talk all day about this. There's USA Today. U.S. shifts approach on deporting illegal immigrants. Goes on to say they're not deporting them anymore. That's already been the policy for over a year. Now it's public. I'm right again, because I do the research. And I explained to him. I said, doctors are supposed to do 1/3 of their cases as charity. They'll have to look at your credit, look at your money, and you may have to pay a little bit, but I said they cannot deny you the care. He didn't believe me. I finally got him into the doctors. They were going to do the surgery that cost more than $20,000 in Austin. He decided to go to New York to be with his family. He went to New York, had the top Crohn's doctor in the country do the surgery, remove part of his intestines, and 5 years later he's well and healthy and works out every day. And he isn't dead. And he went in there. He couldn't believe it. He said, it's absolutely true. I didn't know this. The hospital admits citizens aren't told. It's a big secret that it's all paid for. All paid for. All paid for. Because the hospital, under regulations and common law, under precedent, and under the state medical examiner boards, is supposed to give you that health care if you can't afford it. Doctors were taught that in medical school. Now they're not. Do you understand that? It's so frustrating every day to get emails and calls of panicked people saying, I can't get in college because I won't take these 27 different vaccines they're ordering. Or my child's being kicked out of school. There is no law you've got to take vaccines. They have a waiver that you're supposed to sign. It's a regulation. At the universities, it's all lies. They count on you being ignorant. Oh, you know all the college football scores, but you don't understand any of this, and no one else will tell you. And why, I don't know. There's probably a bunch of idiots out there. Rather than look into what I've just revealed to you, they're just going to say I'm a liar. It couldn't be true. The illegal aliens get everything for free. Why do you think you see illegal aliens driving around in brand new Dodge pickup trucks, $45,000? They don't pay taxes. Their wives get welfare on top of the construction crews they run. I've got statistics on that, how rich the illegal aliens are getting. Now, I don't dislike the illegal aliens, but the point is they're getting free health care, and you're not getting the free health care. It's called charity care. Okay, you can get a liver, you can get lungs, you can get brain surgery, you can get everything. But under this new health care bill, they have bioethicist boards that can start denying it. And they're going to give you morphine instead to kill you deader than a hammer. So, your brother is supposed to get full treatment! Full treatment! I'm sick of how much knowledge I've got, and I got to watch all these people who aren't ever told the truth. We'll be right back with more Veritas.